What was your off-season like?
It was actually pretty good for me. I'm from Peterborough, Ontario, and obviously the first couple of months everybody kind of stayed home and quarantined, and then after that, like, rinks started opening up. My brother owns a gym, so I was able to get into the gym, and we have regulations and things like that. Obviously you have to wear a mask everywhere, but it was pretty normal, honestly, in all aspects of how you kind of go about your normal ways of life, so it was pretty good.
What are some things you do as a goalie to stay sharp?
I do a lot of hand-eye coordination training. This year I kind of picked up on a lot of like fit light and blaze pod work, which is like hand-eye coordination with lighting and following your hand-eye. And I like to keep up with my agility and my a lot of my agile work. So
Cool. Really, you guys play on Friday. We're talking right now on Monday morning, so super compressed amount of time. How do you, in the crease, how do you get ready for that puck to drop this weekend?
I drove here from Peterborough, so that's a long couple days of driving, so kind of getting my flexibility back, staying in shape. Obviously I'm gonna do what I can off the ice outside of the rink, and keep up with yoga and a lot of flexibility aspects of my game. So
Yeah, I feel like some goalies these days across hockey are huge guys that just fill up the net. You're not 6'5".
Yeah.
So how do you how did you become the effective player that you are?
That's a big part of my game is being smaller, and I kind of rely on being laterally quick and my hand-eye coordination. A lot of goalie coaches have said that it's been on point my entire career. So keeping up with those and handling the puck, keeping the puck out of my zone is a big factor in that. So anything I can do to keep the puck out of my zone is huge. So communication and talking with your D is always a key component of goaltending. So I've been really relying on those aspects of my game, and I'm not going to be a guy who's just going to be sitting there blocking the puck. I gotta really work to save the puck and fight through traffic too. So those are some aspects of my game that I gotta pay attention to being a smaller goalie.
Is there anything that you this year specifically that you want to work on, that you kind of have in mind moving into the hockey?
This summer I kind of worked on a lot of aspects of my game. Not too many. I just want to have a hard work ethic and compete in the net and try and win as many games as possible. I'm not gonna this year. Sometimes you kind of get caught up in looking at stats and all that. This year I'm just gonna play and try and win games.
Saw that you played a few years at Cornell. Some guys obviously coming from college hockey, other guys from other leagues. But what was your time like at Cornell?
I loved it at Cornell. It was some of the best 4 years of my life, and you make so many great friends, and playing hockey there is unbelievable. The best fans in college hockey. So line of rink gets electric in there, and Coach Schaefer and Sire and Topher Scott and Sean Flanagan and Joe Palmer, they're great coaching staff, and every guy that was there was unbelievable. That was a teammate. So and then there's the academic side of things. You're working hard off ice and on ice. So it was a fantastic time, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
What was the hockey transition like from the NCAA to the ECHL?
It was a lot different for me. I mean, going from a powerhouse defensive core of Cornell to three lines and 4D on the ice every time. So it's a little bit open, a little more open, and there's a lot of offensive players in the ECHL, and ECAC is kind of known for being a defensive division. So I had to adjust a little bit. I was challenging more in college, and I was able to because I had big solid D, and there's some players that I was coming to pro that didn't know a whole lot about defense. So I had to switch a lot up, and I think I've adjusted pretty well over the years.
Coach Ramsey's second year here in Wichita. What are some of the things that he focuses on as a coach?
He likes to keep it simple. Anything for me, it's just, one touch, I get the puck, guys are going in the corners. We get one pass, you use the first option that you see, and you kind of go with that. So he really relies on, defense, and we're working on that. And last year, I think we started to click near the end of the season. And I think, if we just get, it's pretty simple. It's, it's the cliche, get pucks in deep, pucks to the net, and win hockey games. Yeah. That's pretty much what Rammer likes. So,
as far as like culture and team identity, what kind of vibe or feeling does he like to have in the locker room?
It's pretty loose. I mean, you don't really want to put pressure on too many guys, and you don't want to like stress anybody out or anything like that. You kind of, each guy has their own thing that they got to do before and after games and during games. So, he'll get on. Obviously, he's going to get on guys if they're not up to par, but. The atmosphere is great, and we've got a good click around here.
As a guy with some experience, like it seems difficult. So from a fan's perspective, there's so much roster turnover, and there's so much kind of stuff that can happen. There's so much fluidity within the league. So how do you kind of create whatever you do as a team, and then carry that through the season?
Yeah, creating a solid core of guys is what you're trying to get at. Is it's huge. I mean, you try and have one type of theme throughout your entire year, and you try and bring anybody who comes in. You try and take them under your wing and say, this is what we got going on, and this is what we're doing. Even off the ice, we're going here, we're doing this. Keep everybody in the loop. Keep everybody feeling happy and feeling welcome. So even though there's a lot of turnover, guys kind of just hop in and they feel comfortable and ready to go.
Yeah, do you feel like the game of hockey has changed just over time? You're late 20s, getting into like a different part of your career where you can look back at some of this. Has the game changed?
I'd say it's faster. A lot of guys are training specifically for their position rather than I used to train just with the forwards and D and everybody, and sometimes I'd do just like generic workouts, whereas now I have like a whole goalie program and things like that. So guys are training specifically for their position, and guys are getting faster, stronger, and more dynamic on the ice. And shots are coming in a lot quicker, and guys can get it off a lot faster. Technology with skates and sticks and all that, and everybody's vision's getting a lot better. So I feel like the game is changing quicker, faster, stronger. So as time rolls on.
Yeah, what has your development been like as a goalie? I think Dylan Wells, right, is a goalie coach of yours, and how has your game personally evolved over time?
Well, Dylan Wells he was a goalie partner last year. Him and I both had the same goalie coach growing up. He played for the Peterborough Petes in the OHL, and we've had the same goalie coach, like Andrew Verner's from Peterborough, so I was able to work with him since I was little. So I've known Dylan for some time now, and last year was a great year. And my development, I'd say that it's improved immensely over the years, and I've been able to develop myself into a pretty solid goaltender.
There was so many opt-outs as far as teams in the ego. How do you feel like that's going to affect what happens on the ice?
I don't think it'll affect anybody too much. I mean, guys just want to play hockey and compete as hard as they can every night. And I know that teams are going to opt out for safety reasons and protocols and rules and regulations and states and things like that. So guys just want to compete and play for a championship, I think.
Do you have any weird goalie superstitions or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, some guys might think so, but I don't really think that at all. Over the past, I don't know if it's like a superstition or it's just how I get ready, but I've always got my left side ready before my right side. So every time I put on a skate, I do my left foot and then my right foot, and then I do my left pad, right pad. my left arm into my right arm. I don't know. That's just a thing that somebody actually, one of my defensemen noticed it, so I don't know why he was watching me so much. So I think he's a little weird. So.
So maybe some subconscious.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
superstitions.
got routines. You know, you got to get your hand-eye coordination going and things like that. And I listen to specific songs at certain times and things like that. It's just kind of a routine to get into a mindset where you're ready to go on the ice.
The last random thing, I heard you have a pretty dope apartment and that you were the person who made it that way.
Yeah, I love Christmas, so my entire apartment is basically like Buddy the Elf in the store. That's basically what my apartment looks like. I just get excited for the season, and everybody enjoys it if they come over. I don't know, this year we might have to socially distance and FaceTime everybody on the team and everybody around. So, yeah, I just kind of do up my apartment so I feel comfortable.